Okay, so I need to establish the themes.
Originality is the art of concealing the source. But in a supreme bit of irony, it is really difficult to ascertain the person who said this. The internet attributes it to Benjamin Franklin or even Albert Einstein. But in our context, this line was used by Salim Khan of the infamous Salim Javed duo.
Originality is the art of concealing the source.
To counter what Kamlesh Pandey, the writer of Rang De Basanti, was pointing out as their weakness, their stories lack originality. Salim Khan didn't dismiss this completely, but said,
हम लेते भी थे, किसी फिल्म से इन्फ्लुएंस लेते थे या फोर्सेस लेते थे, तो उसमें कुछ अपना मिला दिया करते थे या अपना कुछ डाल दिया करते थे.
An ad he did, like this scene from Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in West. A gruesome family murder was turned into this for Sholay.
Only a fool could be absolutely original.
Rajamouli echoes a similar sentiment.
I never felt guilty about taking scenes from the films that I worshipped so much. Art itself is a copy.
It's rather obvious that they never blindly lifted material, but brought a new touch to them that made their creation even bigger or more memorable than even the original. Take any of Salim Javed's work, zoom out, and you can see an entire history of stories building up and leading up to it. I think this is a really interesting method through which you view a particular writer. It's not the only way and it's not the most important way, but it's one that I think can lead to a better understanding of the stories we see today and the evolution of genres. Right off the bat, this whole idea of genre evolution is why I think the claim that Bollywood has only in recent years started to remake or borrow ideas from other industries is narrow-minded. Starting from the silent era's mythological beginnings with Raja Harishchandra through the advent of talkies, Indian cinema often relied upon adaptations. Devdas in 1936 was remade in every language. However, writers themselves were largely undervalued. Salim Khan says,
हम जब आए हैं तो राइटर्स की ऐसी पोजीशन थी कि ना तो उसको बिलिंग मिलती थी और पैसे मांगने के लिए उसको कोई रीजन बताना पड़ता था कि बिजली का बिल भरना है, मकान का किराया देना है, सर वो शादी है, and he used to be very apologetic about it, asking for money. Why should we?
By the 60s, spectacle, color and charismatic stars overshadowed the story and the films became more memorable for their soundtracks and formulaic plots. For example, in nearly all of Shammi Kapoor's hit films of 60s, Janwar, Kashmir Ki Kali, Professor, Jangli, Rajkumar, one finds parental opposition to romance, a gag around mistaken identity, an excellent soundtrack and a happy ending where the rich comes to fall before the righteous poor. In this environment, writers had little to no respect. The writers were more often than not treated as a munshi ji by the production houses. But this all changed with Salim Javed.
राइटर का नाम भी नहीं आता था, वहाँ स्क्रीन पे भी नाम नहीं आता था. Once we started, then मिलने लगा सबको.
During this period, Salim Khan joined Abrar Alvi, a famous dialogue writer, as a writing assistant for a meager $500 a month.
उनका राइटिंग असिस्टेंट था मैं. तो मैंने एक दिन उनसे कहा कि एक ज़माना आएगा कि राइटर जो है वो स्टार के बराबर पैसे लेगा.
जो 25 बरस में नहीं हुआ वो अब होगा.
In their first film, they were part of a newly formed writers' room, where veteran screenwriter Sachin Bhaumik had suggested remaking a French film, Un Homme et une Femme, which had won the top prize at 1966 Cannes Film Festival. In the book, written by Ritakriti Chaudhary, Javed Akhtar recounted the story of his first ever script narration. He had gone to a producer after pulling a lot of strings, and the man listened. After finishing, the producers explained the perils of being original in Bollywood. Darling, your story is good, but there is a big risk involved. This story hasn't been used in any film yet. You might think things might have changed in the last 50 years.
After the rest of the body
right?
has disintegrated.
Anurag once told me about a director. He said, when I go and tell him the story, he asks, where was this made? He believes that if the film is not already made somewhere in some country, you can't make it, you should not.
Javed half-jokingly adds some moral to the story. Since then, I never wrote a story that has not come before. Though credited only for additional script work, in Andaz, remade from the French film, Salim Javed's early fingerprints were visible. Elements like natural dialogue and distinct speech style for each character, Mahua's hill accent, Badal's sleazy tone, hinted at what would become a Salim Javed trademark. But it was interesting to note that superstar Rajesh Khanna interacted with them enough and requested them to write his next film, Hathi Mere Sathi.
राजेश खन्ना ने कहा देखो भाई मेरी बहुत बड़ी मजबूरी, ये प्रोड्यूसर ने मुझे इतना बड़ा साइनिंग अमाउंट दिया कि मैं वापस तो कर ही नहीं सकता हूँ, इसने मुझे 2.5 लाख रुपए, और अगर मैं इस स्क्रिप्ट में काम करता हूँ तो मैं फिल्म इंडस्ट्री से निकल जाऊंगा। तो अब चॉइस ये है कि तुम दोनों यार इसे किसी तरह ठीक कर दो कि काम चलाओ हो जाए।
It was going to be a remake of Tamil hit Deva Cheyal.
स्क्रिप्ट दे दी, मैंने पढ़ी, मैंने सलीम साहब से कहा क्या है, पहले देखो कुछ करते हैं, शर्त हमारी है हीरो हीरेगा जो है 4 हाथी हम आपके बचा देंगे, इसके अलावा हम सब कुछ बदल दें, आपको ये मंजूर हो तो बोलिए।
They had a first draft ready in just 20 days. Their story combined 2 popular Hindi film plots, the rich girl poor boy romance and the love triangle, with an elephant being the third wheel. In the end, the lead elephant Ramu realizes that they are the cause for couple's separation. He brings them together and sacrifices his life to save his master from the bullets of a rival circus owner. Hathi Mere Sathi became a box office juggernaut. The film went on to become an even bigger hit than Andaz. The revised script impact was so strong that the producer remade it in Tamil again, and it outperformed the original Tamil version it was originally based on. Despite the film's record-breaking success, Salim Javed were paid just 10,000 rupees. In sharp contrast, music director Lakshmikant Pyarelal were each handed rupees 1 lakh on a silver platter. As a result of the producer's refusal to acknowledge their contribution, Salim Javed never worked with him again. Next, they took on another classic, Dilip Kumar's 1967 hit Ram Aur Shyam, which itself was a remake of 1964 Telugu film Ramudu Bhimudu. They took the plot of both films, which dealt with identical twins, swapping places, separated at birth. The writer just gave this a gender twist. They called it Sita or Geeta. In a few years, they will give another twist to these same elements, in Dawn, by making the hero and villain identical.
क्या तुम्हें मौत से डर नहीं लगता?
They made a habit out of taking an extremely popular theme and giving it a distinct twist. In fact, after they were done with the script, the original was hardly remembered, like adding a complex lost and found angle involving 3 brothers, which had earlier been seen in 1965's
वक्त ही सब कुछ है,
directed by Yash Chopra.
वक्त ही बनाता है और वक्त ही बिगाड़ता है.
In Waqt, the original tragedy is an earthquake that separates the brothers. But in their 1973 hit Yaadon Ki Baarat, Salim Javed reinvented the lost brother trope by adding a revenge-driven murder mystery, linking the family song to the emotional climax. The brothers unite when the youngest of them sings the family song, making it not only about finding lost loved ones, but about also solving a crime and bringing the killer to justice, thus refreshing it. This lost and found template will reach its pinnacle in 5 years with Amar Akbar Anthony, which had many of the distinctive features that Salim Javed fine-tuned in Yaadon Ki Baarat. The memento which the hero uses to identify his parents' killer is the villain's uneven size shoes. Salim was inspired by 1967 western Death Rides a Horse. In that film, there are several killers and the child hero notices one identifier mark on each, a locket, a scar and a tattoo. In fact, Salim Javed themselves used a similar plot device earlier in the same year, a film that redefined what a hero could be in Hindi cinema. In hindsight, it is easy to say that Zanjeer was an idea whose time had come. In Bihar, it was a freedom fighter Jayaprakash Narayan calling for total revolution. Far away in Maharashtra, discontent of a different kind was being fermented by a new organization founded by Pal Keshav Thackeray.
People living in particular states, they must get a preference.
In Bengal, a radical brand of left ideology was inspiring young people to take up arms and attack the system. People were fed up with government's inaction, apathy and corruption. The anger against the hopeless system was channelized by Vijay,
जब तक बैठने को न कहा जाए शराफत से खड़े रहो.
who took the law in his own hands.
ये पुलिस स्टेशन है, तुम्हारे बाप का घर नहीं.
On the other hand, the most common form of entertainment had moved away from the reality. Javed Akhtar says,
to be honest, we were not aware that these characters have some socio-political or socio-economic relevance. We were writing characters which were fascinating us because we were true to the character. We were not trying to make a masala film.
Right.
We were true to the character, so we never allowed a hero to do a thing which is out of his character.
उस ज़माने में जो फिल्में बनी थी उसमें हीरो जो था बहुत ही पैसिव हुआ करता था, हर चीज़ को मान लेता था और टॉर्चर सहता था, सारी जातियाँ जो बर्दाश्त करता था, उससे लोग इरिटेट हो गए थे. So that was the outcome of that irritation.
Salim Khan, growing up in the care of his police father, had heard many stories of ill treatment of honest officers and the rage building within the system. Similar to Yaadon Ki Baarat, Zanjeer also has a murder mystery to bind the whole story. But it's not the crux of it. The writers were able to humanize a type of character which was not given this kind of agency in mainstream Hindi cinema.
किसको साहब? शेर खान को और किसे?
Sher Khan, played by Pran, is an Afghan Pathan don. Initially involved in an illegal activity like running gambling dens, he goes on to show the qualities like benevolent and honorable.
शेर खान काले का धंधा करता है, लेकिन ईमानदारी से, समझे?
Thus turning into an anti-hero.
आज जिंदगी में पहली बार शेर खान की शेर से टक्कर हुई है। इलाहत।
He possesses a strong sense of morality.
कल सुबह तक तुम्हारे सब जुए खाने और काले धंधे बंद हो जाने चाहिए शेर खान, तब ये हाथ मिलेगा।
And loyalty.
शेर खान आज का काम कल पर नहीं छोड़ता, अभी से सब कुछ बंद। इलाहत।
In any other film, he would have been the patsy, but not in here. When there is no one to help Officer Vijay, it's a reformed gangster who helps him fight an even greater evil.
दोस्ती की खातिर शेर खान जहन्नुम में भी जाने के लिए तैयार है। आओ बैठो।
However, like many of their creations, Salim Javed were not the first to develop the idea of angry young man. In Hollywood of 1950s, James Dean had a very brief but influential career playing angry-ridden youngsters, most notably in Rebel Without a Cause. Marlon Brando, who again portrayed characters violently angry with the system in films like The Wild One and On the Waterfront. Bengali film industry had smelled the anger a little earlier. Satyajit Ray's acclaimed Pratidwandi was another superb depiction of angry young man, albeit in a more realistic way. The success and appeal of Salim Javed films as creator of the characters are due to their near perfect blend of realism and escapism.
मदर इंडिया में शायद मुझे पसंद आया था वो रेबल कैरेक्टर जो बिरजू का था, जो कि जुल्म के ख़िलाफ़ आवाज़ उठाता है, जो गांव का बनिया है, जो सबका खून चूस रहा है, वो उसके ख़िलाफ़ खड़ा होता है। और शायद बरसों के बाद जब मैंने ख़ुद फिल्में लिखी तो वो किरदार जो बिरजू का मुझे पसंद आया था, वो एंग्री यंग मैन था भाई एक्चुअली अपने वक्त का। शायद मेरी फिल्मों में बाद में झलका।
An impression so deep that they are going to use it to give the cop genre they recently reinvented.
तू मुझे नहीं मार सकती, तू मेरी माँ है।
A tragedy as old as Ramayana and Mahabharata.
और ये सच्चाई तुम्हारे मेरे बीच एक दीवार है भाई, और जब तक ये दीवार है हम एक छत के नीचे नहीं रह सकते।
I think till today, Devar is the most finest script written by Salim Javed. There's no flaw in the whole.
Devar's screenplay is like a series of dialogue-linked cuts. The opening scene where Ravi wins a police award ends with applause, and that cheering cleverly transitioned into applause that his father Anand Babu got for his speech many years back, when he wonders if his voice is reaching the mine owners.
अगर इस वक्त मेरी आवाज उन मालिकों तक पहुंच रही है तो वो सुन लें कि हमें ये शिकायत नहीं है कि उनके ड्राइंग रूम के
The scene cuts to owner's drawing room where they are listening to his words on a tape recorder. The factory owner talks about finding a possible weakness of the leader.
लेकिन सवाल सिर्फ इतना है कि आनंद बाबू की ऐसी कौन सी कमजोरी है?
And the scene cuts to his wife Sumitra. The most telling cut of all is probably when a smuggler, impressed by young Vijay's potential, says,
मेरी बात का ख्याल रखना, एक दिन ये लड़का कुछ बनेगा।
And the scene changes to school teacher praising Ravi.
देखना ये लड़का एक दिन जरूर कुछ बनेगा.
Thus delineating the career arcs of the two brothers. Both Salim and Javed loved Mother India and Ganga Jamuna. They were some of the most successful films ever made. Both films explored family conflict, bringing moral choices. Mother India depicted a mother forced to kill her dacoit son, while Ganga Jamuna saw brothers on opposite side of the law, culminating in one shooting the other. Devar also echoed these themes, telling the story of brother Vijay and Ravi, separated by fate and morality when somebody writes this on Vijay's arm. Vijay, fueled by past injustices, rises in the underworld.
आज मेरे पास बिल्डिंगें हैं, प्रॉपर्टी है, बैंक बैलेंस है, बंगला है, गाड़ी है, क्या है तुम्हारे पास?
While Ravi becomes a police officer.
मेरे पास माँ है.
Their ideological conflict reaches a tragic climax when Ravi is forced to shoot his own brother.
भगवान करे गोली चलाते वक्त तेरे हाथ न कांपे.
What is obviously missing here is the power of film's best scene that distinguishes it from the sources. Devar's true genius lies in Salim Javed's ability to imbue these family tropes with a stark modernity.
Devar was very true to its genre. It never at any moment in the script it deviated from what it wanted to say, took any detour to adjust with certain commercial needs or so on.
This is the key to Salim Javed's style, taking the germ of a story borrowed from an earlier classic, adapting the bare narrative with an absolute stunning sequence of words and emotions that went way beyond the original. Like I said, Satyajit Ray's Pratidwandi inspired Devar, and there is a strong callback scene to it. In Pratidwandi, the protagonist Siddharth faces an interview panel where he does quite well, till he cites the war in Vietnam as the significant event of the past decade.
What would you regard as the most outstanding and significant event of the last decade?
The war in Vietnam, sir.
The parent construes his eloquent answer to be a sign of communism.
Are you a communist?
And potential activism. While in Diwar, Ravi does very well in an interview till nepotism rears its ugly head.
Excuse me. Hello. Good morning, sir. Yeah, हो जाएगा sir. बिल्कुल हो जाएगा sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Salim Khan even poured his love for Mahabharat in it. He identifies Vijay with Karn. Something said by Karn's mentor comes to haunt him while he's at his lowest in the war of Mahabharat. The tag number 786 works similarly for Vijay.
क्या मतलब है 786?
He had it from the start of the film.
मेरी जेब में मेरा
It saves him from a bullet.
बैज था.
But just before his death, he loses it, subconsciously conveying to us that his doom is nigh.
बिल्ला नंबर 786.
Due to the nature of many of their stories, families separating, brother becoming estranged, and then dramatically reuniting, they often brought in situations of heightened irony. Probably the most famous of such exchange take place in Trishul, when Vijay, played by Amitabh Bachchan, saves R.K. Gupta's daughter, Babli, from an accident and is injured while doing so. He comes to Gupta's home with Babli. R.K. Gupta, without knowing Vijay is his son, shake hands with him and is smeared with his blood. Vijay says,
जरा ठीक से साफ कीजिएगा, वरना कोई देखने वाला समझेगा कि आपके हाथ किसी के खून से रंगे हैं.
And R.K. Gupta replies,
तुमसे हाथ मिलाकर जब मैंने अपने हाथ पर खून देखा, तो एक सेकंड के लिए मैं समझा मेरा अपना ही खून है.
This is masterfully written scene where a regular conversation alludes to Vijay's mother who had died bitter and angry after R.K. Gupta abandoned her. Except R.K. Gupta doesn't know about it yet. Only the audience does. In the film industry, actors were the brand names on which the films were sold, and audience love for music meant the composers and singers were the only other group who were celebrated. Not even directors, except for a few, were stars in their truest sense. Coming from the background they did, they challenged the caste system of Hindi film industry and managed to actually turn it around.
इतनी जल्दी क्या है? हमारे पास वक्त है.
नहीं गीता, मैं बहुत जल्दी में हूँ. इसलिए कि जो काम दूसरों ने 25 बरस में किया है, मुझे 1 बरस में करना है.
They were paid 10,000 for their first film Andaz, 10,000 for Hathi Mere Saathi, 55,000 for Zanjeer, 25,000 for Yadon Ki Baraat.
After 9 months, we signed the film in 2 years. And the next film was not in 2.5. The next film was in 5. The third film was in 10.
They reached a sort of milestone with Dostana, when their fees even overtook Amitabh Bachchan's.
तो मैंने उनको फ़ोन किया जिस दिन फिल्म साइन की, उस दिन मैंने उनको फ़ोन किया और कहा कि याद है अबरार साहब के एक मरतबा मैंने आपसे कहा था कि स्टार के बराबर पैसे लेगा, तो कह रहे हाँ भाई मुझे अच्छी तरीके से याद है. मैंने कहा वो एक्चुअली गलत था, मैंने स्टार से आज ज़्यादा पैसे लिए हैं.
मेरी बात का ख्याल रखना,
ये आदमी जिंदगी में कुछ न कुछ करेगा.
However, their greatest strength can also be counted as their greatest weakness in their lack of originality. But it can also be seen in a different way, where they stopped experimenting with the form and content after a point. 2 of their last films together, Kranti and Shakti, had the same subplot of a father putting his duty above his son's life. In Shakti, the police officer is a father who refuses to give to the demands of the smuggler who has kidnapped his son.
मैं जानता हूँ मेरे बेटे की जिंदगी इस वक्त तुम लोगों के हाथ में है. कर दो उसका खून, मार डालो उसे, लेकिन मैं अपने फर्ज से बेईमानी नहीं करूंगा.
In Kranti, which came earlier, we have Sanga, again played by Dilip Kumar, who orders the execution of Shakti Singh, despite knowing their relationship.
इस धरती से गद्दारी करने वालों को इस धरती पर रहने का कोई अधिकार नहीं. मौत! चाहे वो गद्दार अपना बेटा ही क्यों ना हो.
By the 1980s, their own films were being remade. In fact, Rajinikanth starred in several of the remakes of Salim Javed scripts. Billa, a super hit remake of Dawn. After that came Thi, based on Diwar, and Mr. Bharat, based on Trishul. All huge hits that were scene-by-scene remake of Hindi films. There was also a Chinese remake called The Brothers in 1979, which inspired John Woo to make a Salim Javed-esque adaptation of it called Better Tomorrow, which is exactly like Diwar. But the bigger brother doesn't die, but returns from jail to reunite with his cop brother and take on a greater evil. This film made the careers of his director, who went on to elevate the action genre to this. Making him arguably the greatest action film director ever. His footprints can be seen all over John Wick. In 2005, the Indian diplomat Vikas Swarup wrote the best-selling novel Q&A, featuring a boy from the streets who wins ₹1 billion in a game show, with his life experience providing the answers. While the novel focused on the hero and his adversarial relation with the host of the show, the 2008 film adaptation Slumdog Millionaire took a significant detour.
Name. Mother Chode. Name.
Directed by Danny Boyle, the film centers on the conflict between two brothers, with contrasting life paths and ultimately fates. This shift in focus was no accident. Screenwriter Simon Beaufoy meticulously studied Salim Javed's cinema, and Boyle himself described Diwar as an absolutely key to Indian cinema. Given that Salim Javed drew inspiration from classics like Ganga Jamuna and Mother India for Diwar, it's quite fitting that the film that went on to showcase a distinctive brand of Bollywood to the entire world was based on their film.
मेरे पास माँ है. I have nothing but I have my mother.
In a way, their stories defined Indian cinema, and Slumdog Millionaire demonstrate that perfectly.
This is our destiny.
Even the latest hits of 2020s are full of elements made mainstream by them. In Jawan, Azad's outrage against corruption is a version of Angry Young Man. Pushpa also fights for the respect denied by birth, channeling his inner Diwar, while KGF mirrors Trishul's Vijay as Rocky fulfills his mother's dying wish through a violent rise. Cinema has always been a remakes machine. Here's Nolan talking about last year at Marienbad, a film he didn't know Inception was riffing on until the latter was released.
The closing question, as we were talking that night about The Wall, and I'd asked you about last year Marienbad, which is clearly an influence on The Wall, and which you said you had not seen before you screened Inception. But
I
really,
hadn't. I saw it. I got the Criterion Blu-ray a couple of weeks ago, and I'd never actually seen it. I sat there and I watched it, and I thought, it's amazing how much of that film is in Inception.
Absolutely.
But of course, what I realised is it's just an interesting thing about film culture and the way it progresses. Because when you have a film like last year at Marienbad that is so key and so instrumental in making people reassess, the way memory works in films or can be portrayed on dreams. I realised that I've seen many things that have been influenced by it, and so I am in turn influenced by it.
Thank you. If you like my videos, you can like and subscribe my channel.